Darlings, how are you guys doing? It is Saturday. I wanted to just get hop back on, and I'm taking a brief respite from the projects that I am trying to complete ahead of time, way ahead of schedule. I'd mentioned this in a previous upload where I have projects that I'm really trying to get off the ground and hopefully complete. You know, get all the data that I need, compile all of them, ensure that is correct, everything is accurate, put it together in a report, submit, get it approved, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Anywho, my darling dears, how is your Saturday coming along? It's still hot. It is still HOT out on these parts of the world. Yeah. You know what? I cannot wait for the actual fall weather to start. I don't know if this will be true this year. It's been quite a topsy turvy few years. I don't even want to say just this year, but the preceding years have been they've been on a similar pattern weather-wise. Oh, and before I forget, darlings, please, 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 if you are able to vote, vote. VOTE, vote. Don't wait until the last second. Get your votes in. I know a lot of people have their reservations on whether their vote is going to count. Well, if you don't vote, it definitely will not be counted. I'm just saying. I'm not telling you who to vote for, but get your vote in. Okay? Anywho, my darling dears, we have, Mr. Guy at the hour of the century. I don't even know. And I don't use that in a positive manner. OMG. OMG. So currently, or most recently, Sean Diddy Combs, this is per the article by USA Today, Sean Diddy Combs loses his bid for a gag order to prevent alleged government leaks. So we've been hearing, in the news, here, there, everywhere, that there have been potential leaks coming from government officials who are involved in this investigation against Diddy. I was going to say something else, but yeah, you gotta be mindful of what you say. So, per the article, Sean Diddy Combs, his lawyers have lost a bid to impose a gag order on government agencies involved in investigating his federal racketeering and intimate trafficking criminal case, whom Combs' team has accused of leaking information to the press. In a Friday order reviewed by USA Today, the judge overseeing this investigation over Diddy's alleged criminal enterprise, not his business, but all of the allegations against him, criminal allegations against him. The judge overseeing this is Arun Subramanian. He has denied to adopt either proposed order filed by the prosecution and the defense. So in a way, it's a win for him because the prosecution also didn't get their gag order request approved. So it's like it's a tie, right? It's a 0 for the defense and it's a 0 for the prosecution as far as the gag order request is concerned. So instead, still on the report, he wrote, the judge, both sides are expected to abide by existing laws prohibiting lawyers, investigators, and government agents from revealing grand jury proceedings and releasing non public information that might interfere with a fair trial. So, both sides need to stop, quote unquote, allegedly leaking information that might dissuade or persuade a jury's mind with regards to getting a fair trial for Sean Combs. And that means his lawyer, what's his name? Mark Agnifilo, needs to stop talking to TMC. If the information is not already public information, sir, quit that. And also the little alleged leakers or alleged federal sources also need to quit that. So further, per Judge Subramanian, quote, to be clear, this order isn't based on a finding that there has been any wrongdoing thus far, as the court has made no findings at this juncture relating to defendants' allegations that information related to the case has been leaked, unquote. So, he's basically saying, I'm not saying that there is finger to be pointed, or there's fingers to be pointed as far as errors being made regarding the defendant's allegations, like the defendant saying that, information is being released by the opposite group of people, the prosecutorial group. That's not what the judge is saying. He added, the point of this order is to help ensure that nothing happens from now on that would interfere with a fair trial. So all of you people shenanigans, all of you people talking to tabloids or like, what do you call this? The blogs or whatever it is, leaking information on either side, you need to quit. Okay? Children of the corn. Stop that nonsense. In a nutshell, is what he said, basically. So there were no comments available from the camp of Sean Combs and his lawyers. And also, it is to be noted, earlier this month, his lawyers had asked the judge to issue an order prohibiting federal employees from disclosing evidence to the news media that they say is, quote, undermining Mr. Combs' right to a fair trial, unquote. The defense and U.S. attorneys discussed the issue, but were unable to agree on the language for a joint order. So instead, they submitted their own individual proposals, which again, the judge has now said, no. You need to go and police each of your sides, make sure there are no leaks so that a fair trial can proceed as scheduled. The federal judge also vows to take, quote, appropriate actions against leakers. In a letter addressed Friday, Combs' team called the judge's attention to a New York Post article that published that day and allegedly quoted a, quote, federal law enforcement source involved in the investigation, unquote, who issued comments on the alleged F-offs of Combs's. Quote, those remarks, if made by an agent, this is the judge, quote, those remarks, if made by an agent involved in the investigation or prosecution of this case, are plainly improper. He further wrote that this order requires the government to notify the agencies involved in this case or the related investigation of their obligations under the Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure, 6E and the U.S. District Courts for Southern and Eastern New York's Local Civil Rule 23.1 and to furnish this order to them. The judge added the court will take appropriate action for any violation of the rules. He's like, okay, children, both of y'all need to get it together. We need to proceed with this accordingly because who wants a mistrial, right? Who wants a lengthy trial? Nobody. But we need to proceed with caution. And we need to exercise due diligence and ensure that both parties on each end and all of their teams and everybody involved ensures that a fair trial can be had. Now, it is also to be noted that Sean Combs' team's request for evidentiary hearing to look into the alleged government misconduct is still pending. I don't know. Is this the same judge that's going to oversee that, or is it going to be a different set of judge or judges? So in the report, it further stated that in a letter filed in court earlier this month, Combs' team believes that since March of this year, the government has been, quote, strategically leaking confidential grand jury material and information, including the 2016 Intercontinental videotape. You know, the one where he's stomping down his ex-girlfriend, literally, in order to prejudice the public and potential jurors against Mr. Combs, unquote. We still don't know who the source was of that footage, but I'm, for myself, just aghast. That's a sliver, a snippet of what Cassie could have potentially been enduring. And with just that one incident, one too many. One too many. It's horrible. Whether it's a man or woman, it's horrible. I want to just make that clear that I do not condone any sort of physical violence against anybody, period. Not a man, not a woman, not an older person, not a child, none of that. Okay. So, we know that Sean Combs, is still trying to get out on bail. He does have a bail hearing upcoming. And, well, it remains to be seen if he will be awarded his request to be allowed out of the detention facility that he's in while he awaits his actual trial. Oh my. Oh my, oh my. I mean, yay. My. And I'm sure there will be more. And he has new lawsuits that's come out. Yikes. Like, so many things swirling in my mind, but I don't want to say it. But it's anywho. Darlings, remember, you're all kinds of fabulous. Leave some grace for others. I know it's difficult sometimes, but try. And remember to always journey in gratitude, my darling dears. Thank you again for our 192 subscribers thus far. Our goal is 200 for our little mini boutique channel. But I really hope to shoot for the stratosphere and get 365 subscribers by the end of this year. Because that would be 1 year's worth of subscribers. Wouldn't that be cute? Because your Auntie Sarcy's mini little boutique YouTube channel is 1 year old, honey. Anywho, my darling dears, I shall talk to you all later. Toodaloo for now. Bye.